I bet you weren't expecting to see this video, were you? I'm here today to provide everyone with a small tease of what to expect from the channel in 2024. Also, I know it's been a while, but I am so happy to once again say welcome back to the next episode of Deathlore, a Deathloop lore series that explores the history and background of the game and its story and characters. In the previous episode, we examined the life and times of Ramblin' Frank Spicer, the infamous musician and crooner, as well as the head of recruitment for the Eon program. Today, we continue our investigation into the Visionaries by focusing on our next target, Harriet Morse, a self-proclaimed spiritual leader and self-help guru, as well as the head of human resources for the Eon program. In the outside world, Harriet Morse was the heiress to a massive fortune of wealth, owing to her family's ownership of ammunition manufacturing, specifically shotgun shells, as the ammo boxes filled with buckshot that you find scattered across Black Reef are emblazoned with the Morse family and company name. However, tragedy struck Harriet at a fairly young age when her family, presumably her parents, died from unknown causes, thereby making Harriet the inheritor of both the Morse family fortune and the Morse company itself. Lost and without a clear path ahead of her, she eventually was taken in and cared for by a woman known as Eleanor. Eleanor made certain that Harriet succeeded in all of her schooling and academic pursuits, while also giving her love and comfort after the loss of her parents. Little did Harriet know that Eleanor had been slowly siphoning away the family fortune that should have been hers over the course of 14 years by way of shrouded backroom deals and deceitful words. By this time, Harriet was a grown woman with a sad and twisted view of reality. Her warped perspective shifted even further when she survived a deadly plane crash and emerged reborn and renewed with a purpose to fulfill her newfound belief system known as two-path divinity. Her ultimate goal by way of the time loop is to achieve pure enlightenment by reaching the great beyond, a pale of existence outside of our rigid reality. Accompanied by her small cadre of cultist followers and believers, in her philosophy, she sequesters herself in one of the old aircraft hangars in Carl's Bay, left over from the occupation of Black Reef Island by the Army of the Motherland. Here, she delivers her morning sermon to her most devoted acolytes in, rather ironically, a rusted cockpit that acts as her own personal pulpit, an altar from which she can deliver her dark sermons. So now you know a little more about her background, but just who is Harriet Morse really? Well, Harriet would probably tell you that putting faith or trust in anyone but yourself is a weakness. She would say the world beyond our own is so much greater than we could possibly imagine, and that the loop is the key to humanity's salvation. She believes that no amount of scientific research can explain the temporal anomaly. Only the supernatural could bring order to the chaos. Harriet would also likely claim that she is the most loyal to Eon's cause, far more so than her contemporaries. The truth about Harriet Morse lies somewhere in the middle of all this. It is true she is deeply mistrustful and wary of anyone outside herself, even going so far as to collect incriminating information about the other Visionaries, providing her with leverage to use against her colleagues should internal conflict arise within the group. She embraces the belief, and perhaps the reality, that the origins of the time loop, the slabs, trinkets, and even her own reawakening have ties to an otherworldly force beyond our comprehension. The only other Visionary she has even a slight hint of both respect and curiosity for is Fia, who Harriet believes has the unique ability to grasp the mysteries of the island. albeit through a drug-induced lens. Harriet convinces her followers that Colt is indeed a threat to their eternal rebirth, but she appears to feel completely indifferent about the man himself. Truthfully, Harriet Morse is one of the more nuanced Visionaries on Black Reef in that she is neither entirely good or evil. Rather, she is just as flawed as anyone else, owing to many previous traumas. Harriet is certainly an interesting character, but the thing that arguably makes her the most interesting is her trademark slab known as Nexus, which echoes her magnetic personality as a cult leader in that it is used to link together the fates of two or more individuals. How Harriet actually utilizes this slab we unfortunately never fully know, but for Colt it creates a massive advantage in both frontal assault and stealth encounters, as you can link multiple Eternalists together and killing one will kill them all. Whenever you need to clear a room of enemies quickly and efficiently, Nexus should be your first choice of slab. It also pairs well with pretty much every other slab ability, but my favorite combo personally is when Nexus is paired with Carnesis for maximum ragdoll physics. Nexus is arguably the most important slab alongside Shift, as both abilities can be universally utilized in just about any situation that Colt finds himself in. Harriet's vulnerability and downfall ultimately comes from her strict adherence to the Loop Preservation Protocol, or LPP. She refuses to fraternize with others and shelters away for the remainder of the loop after she has finished her morning sermon at Carl's Bay from within Hangar 2. What this means is that Harriet has to be the first Visionary Colt eliminates, as she is only accessible in Carl's Bay during the morning hours. There will be no other time during the loop where Colt can reach her, so in order for him to accomplish his goal of eliminating all 8 Visionaries in a single loop, Harriet Morse must be the first name crossed off the list. So these are all of the things you should know about Harriet Morse, her personality, her background, and her role within the Eon program. But now I want to know what you think about this renowned spiritual wellness guide. Is she one of your favorite personalities to contend with in Deathloop, or is she one of your least favorite? Which Visionary do you want to see an examination of in the next episode? Comment down below and provide your feedback and thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like and share this video with other Deathloop and Arcane Studios fans. Join my official Discord server to talk about all things Arcane, Bethesda, and gaming in general with like-minded individuals. Consider subscribing to the channel for more Deathloop content in the future, and be sure to hit that notification bell so you always know when my newest upload is available. And remember that the outsider walks among us. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.